jumped into the bucket. Josh, this is such a cool process.
It is, yeah. It's neat how it all comes together.
Okay, so what's Jeremy working on right now?
Right now he's loading it with raw iron. It's just scrap iron, garbage, stuff people don't use anymore.
Yeah.
And we're recycling it into a new product.
Right. So where are the different places that you get the iron from?
Different scrap yards from around the area. Ed Salvage, one here in town, Yokowski's.
Yeah. Okay, so what's happening now?
He's going to bring that up, and it's going to dump into the top of the cupola, and it's already a bed of coke in there, and with the air passing around it, it's going to melt it. You see it'll come out to the front and get poured into our pots. We carry them around.
Wow, okay, so you said there's a bed of coke in there.
Coke, yeah.
And
Coke's the black stuff right here in front of us.
Okay, and what does that do?
That's actually the fuel.
The fuel?
That's what gets it hot enough to melt.
Okay, and what temperature is it burning at?
It's anywhere from 2200 is its melting point, and when it's white hot, it's 3000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely intense heat.
Do you guys have to source the different types of metal, or is it brought to you?
We order based on what we want, so the customer delivers what we need.
And it's almost to the top, right?
Yep.
And then it's going to dump in there?
Exactly.
Here it goes. Now, how much iron do you need to make, let's say, 200 manholes?
It's all based on weight, so they're about 200 pounds each, so what's that, 4,000 pounds?
Wow, okay.
40,000? One or the other.
Very cool, yeah. Putting your math skills to the test. I didn't tell you I was going to do that.
All the points there.
Now, let's head around to the front and take a look at what it looks like when it's actually coming out.
Yeah.
So what are the buckets that the boys are filling?
Those are their hand ladles, and they're carrying them around to fill into each individual mold.
Okay, and we'll actually show you the process of what they're doing a little bit later in the show. But what is this flame that's coming out from the side
That's
of
the air that's passing around, and that's actually cutting the iron. So that's pushing out the slag that's in there, and all the impurities that we don't want in the metal. So rust and dirt and whatever else.
That is very, very cool. How old is this
About
machine?
28 years or so it's been here. So about 30 years that one's been here.
And now the factory's been around 148 years.
Yeah.
So what did you use before?
It's the same idea. Same thing. It was a cupola.
Yeah.
It just didn't have the pollution equipment attached to it, so it was a straight pipe right outside.
Right.
So right now we collect all the pollution.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So now after the factory closes on Friday, what will happen to the building?
We're uncertain, so no real plans yet.
Yeah. So you have no idea.
No.
Yeah. That's tough after 150 years.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So a little bit later in the show, we're going to take a look at what the boys are doing in terms of what they're casting, right?
Yeah.
I'm in awe. Like I said, for 20 years I've driven past the factory and never actually come in to see what you're doing here. So a little bit later